All right, what's going on, guys? It's your guy, Professor O, coming through with a dose of that good yoke. I'm everywhere like broken glass. I'm around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. So today I want to talk about how I wrote that. I wrote that pretty cool. All right, avoid the petty. Now, whew, I don't even know where to begin with this. Right, you meet so many people, a vast amount of people, and they got that. Unfortunately, it's so many. And I think truly it's such a detrimental trait to even have. But before I even get to that, let's get to the general point of how these people actually possess that trait. And you may have possessed it as well. Hopefully you've outgrown it and realize, trust me, the best revenge is success. Literally, because if anyone's being petty towards you and it's on a continuous basis, that means deep down they do not want you to be successful at all. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, the haters should be your motivators. At least motivating you to be able to be successful until your case may be. So when you're moving forward and everything is going well, everything is going smooth and you're progressing, you're going to encounter a form of, I don't really want to say enemies or anything like that, because when you're dealing with situations and such like that and you start to classify individuals as enemies, foes, it becomes more weight added to your mental real estate, and that's something that you don't need. But also realize everything and everyone, more so everyone, because it's more of a human trait, could be petty. So do not ever classify these individuals as enemies and foes, because when you classify them as enemies and foes, then that means you've put them in a position of being important. That means you have to constantly have thoughts around them. You have to constantly work around that situation. This ain't war. And if you are in some form of war, then yeah, that'll determine the need for those labels. But in normal day life, when you're progressing through life for success, don't look at them as foes or enemies. Look at them as obstacles and haters. That comes with the program. It comes with the life, right? You're always going to have your haters. You're always going to have your obstacles. You're always going to have them. There ain't no in between. But what I need you to realize is to avoid being petty and avoid the petty. I can't say being petty because some may not even have that trait in them, even though it may happen, petty things may have happened to you to try to grow root in you. But again, it didn't happen. So avoid the petty, not being petty, right? But you're gonna run into these individuals that are just so petty. They need to have their lick back. They need to be the one that has the last word. They have to be the one to just, like, they just want to be relevant in your life. And unfortunately, with these individuals, you got to realize they've already been defeated. Anybody that has a petty mindset, you have to realize they are wasting precious mental real estate to be able to want their comeback. And their comeback isn't success unless it's being better than you or getting over on you. You know what I mean? People don't literally realize that anytime you're being petty, and when this pettiness has come to a level of like extreme high level of being petty, like it reaches an advanced level, then that means literally these individuals are putting you on a pedestal. And that pedestal, their goal is to overcome you on your own pedestal that they created for you. This is something I need you to realize that you're dealing with some real deal, real deal, unholy filled delusionals. These delusionals, they're in secret competition with you. They don't like you because they don't like themselves. And when they see you, you remind them of something that they could be, and they do not like it. I need you to truly comprehend this right now. It doesn't matter the age. This pettiness level that I'm talking about really can even happen at small children. Unfortunately, those are traits that can be outgrown if it's not attended to. I apologize. I'm getting a little emotional about it because this is some bitch ass nigga shit. But you got to realize these traits that can even be in children truly can be outgrown. But when you're dealing with people that are in their way ahead of their adult, like, this is individuals who learn to live life like that. Oh, you got over on me, I gotta get over on you. And I bet money on it. So much money on it, that they're in some form of debt. They're either in a form of debt, they don't have anything that they desire. And trust and believe, if they have everything that they desire, they have the finances, they have the clothes, they have the land, they have the properties, they have the assets. And if they're truly still petty at this level, when all of their material needs have been met, then I need you to understand that you're dealing with a real deal unholy filled psychopath. And these are people that don't want to look on the inside, they want to look on the outside for any type of inner value. leave them alone and avoid them because their level knows no bounds and it's more safe for you in that case. But when you're dealing with individuals that are on an advanced level and they're at an age where I'll veer into that. Let me digress. Leave it like that. They're delusional, right? I wrote my points down. As you know, who writes scripts? I do, right? Because I'm cool and I'm sexy. You like that? It's cool. All right, let's get to it. You need to realize this, right? And I'm gonna go a little biblical with this because they don't realize this. But you can't outdo what God and Jesus did. God laid out the foundation, Jesus fulfilled it. You can't outdo that. So when you're dealing with a delusional who's in competition with you, they don't even realize that they can't outdo what they did. So what makes you think? Because again, God said you will do greater things than I. What makes you think that if they're trying to outdo you, they don't even care about what God and Jesus did? Because if they cared about what God and Jesus did, then they wouldn't even be thinking about what you do. I'm telling you, you're dealing with some real deal unholy people here. Watch out. They're real delusional. I'm telling you. Like, it's to the point where even if your place was dirty, you'd be like, oh, well, look, my place is dirtier than yours. You sick, bad bastard. I digress. And I apologize, God. I apologize, Brother Jesus. I'm cursing in the same sentence. It's just, your creation is out here dirty. I digress, whatever, right? Let's move on. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Oh yes, most people who are, most people are petty and miserable and grudgeful. And you can't fix that, right? I did, again, you know my videos, all about inner work, going inside to shine on the outside. You can't fix a grudgeful, miserable person. They have to fix themselves, and they don't want to fix themselves because, again, when you're dealing with people who are truly petty, that's their fix. They feel like they're fixing themselves by getting a fix. I need you to realize we're dealing with emotional, exhausting crackheads. They get a high from this crap. Like, they get a high over getting over. It don't even matter. And they can be broke. As long as they got another penny, like a few more pennies than you do, they're elated. Avoid these individuals. They're crackheads and they're emotional fiends. They love hurt, and you can't fix that. Those are I think the term is like sadistic or masochistic. You can't fix them. You know what I mean? God can only fix them. And in beginning to even be able to be fixed, they have to seek God, and they don't want to do that because why? It takes inner work. And when it takes inner work, what happens? You know we're going to it. Once that light turns on, they don't want to pick up that dustpan and broom, because once they see the light, they see who they truly are. They see how dirty and filthy they are. They don't want to clean it up. What they want to do is turn that light off and say, ain't nothing wrong with me. You bad bastard. Everything is wrong with you. You don't want to fix yourself. And the only reason why I'm able to sit here and say that, because at some point in time when the light turned on for me, I see what I was weak at. So I strengthened my weakness and I refined it. And I'm proud to say that I did that. And when people even can sit here and even try to judge me, I don't even get emotional, confused, or even angry. I just say, oh my God, you are so right. Look how far I come. And they get even more mad. So you can't really fix that. And then on the top of it all off, I'm sexy. So hey, whatever. You like that, right? I like it even more. Come on now, you can't copy this. It's got to be in you, not on you. I digress. Real delulus, though. Truly are. These are signs of their self-destruction. They have self-destructive nature. I'm telling you, because you gotta realize, like, and I'm making this because it's an experience, right? When you're dealing with people who are just petty, and it's like, it's such a terrible trait. It really, really is it just shows, like, you know, just because people get older, they don't develop. You know what I mean? And you can tell they don't develop because they may have vices that hinge their development, i.e. alcohol, escape, drug use, whatever the case may be. And I'm not here to judge. Your vice is your vice. Everyone has some type of vice, but again, when you're not practicing temperance behind your vices, and you know, it's kind of became a habit, or more so it became a norm, or it's part of your routine. You wasn't born with a bottle and you wasn't born with a spliff. These are habits you picked up along the way. So if you picked it up along the way, then 9 times out of 10 is not good for you. Everything that's good for you are traits perspectives, things that are able to go in. It's all about your ins, so you can be able to perceive the outs. That's it. And I'm telling you now, we're dealing with delusionals. And I need you to realize they don't like you because they don't like themselves. And if they don't like themselves, how can you expect anything to come from them that's attractive or that benefits you? It won't. I need you to realize that. And for the haters out there that you're a part of this petty group, you're sick. Seek help. Seek God. I digress. I'm not here to shame or talk ill. I'm just here to warn and make aware. I digress. If you want success, right? And I mean this, and again, this video is hopefully is for the ones to avoid. And if you are petty, be real with yourself, because you can realize, you know, you're petty. Everyone has been petty at some point. I'm not sitting here saying I was never ever petty, because when I was growing up, it's a childish trait. When I was in my, like 12s and 14s, around that age, like, you're extremely petty. You know, you're young, you're learning. But then you got to outgrow that, because now it's detriment to your style. It ain't even sense. I'm proud to say that it wasn't even in me to continue to even be like that. You didn't. I never was a revengeful person. I never had to be and never need to be. Thank God for that. I appreciate all of that grace that has been given. But those are traits, again, they're in you, and they can be, whatever, right? But if you want success, I need you to understand that pettiness takes a huge amount of mental real estate. It takes a ton. And if it takes so much mental real estate, then you have you're taking up space with something that could be more beneficial for your present and future. Literally, I'm urging you, let it go. Give it away. You know what I mean? But when you're dealing with people who are so advanced in their pettiness, you got to realize they've grown with it. They grew accustomed to it. They want their lick back at every single chick. Oh, you got over me, I got over you. This, that, and a third. Some people you can't deal with, and they're at such an advanced level of it that it's taken root, bear fruit, and then that fruit has borne more trees and roots inside of them that they got a whole forest of pettiness that they're eating from every single trick, and they're looking to add you to the seedlings. I'm telling you, these people are delusional. You can't fix them. You can't help them. You shouldn't even be around them, because these are people that are miserable, and they're always going to look at you as secret competition. They're petty. And most of the time, people who are petty are not pretty. And trust me, it's all about the inside. I don't care what, I ain't going front now. I'm not looking out here to look like I'm trying to date a gorilla and anything like that. I'm all about the inside. I love people for who they are internally and not externally. But, I do have a preference as well. I don't want, right? But trust me, believe, it's really all about the inside. And the inside is what matters, because again, anyone on the outside, anything can be fixed on the outside. Anything can. You're a little overweight, you can work out and lose weight. You're a little skinny, you can gain weight, gain muscle, gain workout, whatever the case may be. Your teeth is fucked up, go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? You can't see right, go get some glasses. Your breath stink, go buy mint. Things like that. You musty, go get some deodorant and soap. We can fix the outside. There's things out there that God's already have given inspiration for invention to create to fix the outside. But the inside is totally up to the beholder, to the wielder of the said perspective. And if they want to go inside and see who they are currently, it's all about the inner work. And I urge you, when you're dealing with people who are so advanced in their pettiness, they're in a forest of foolishness and darkness and idiocy that are turning to arrogancy, and they don't want the light. They don't like it. They don't want it. They don't like it. And that's just what it is. They're sick. I digress. And that's it. I said we're gonna end it off there. And again, this message is for the adept out there, for the pro-fish and e-fish and selfish, the one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing, that's glowing, that's going at all times, the expert, the master. I see you out there. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Do good, speak good, see good, and everything will be good. And it's all good all the time. Can you dig it? I think you can. And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know I'm sexy. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. Peace, love, and light, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video.